Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Last December we were extremely privileged here in the Secretary of the Commission on Biological Diversity to welcome a delegation from Brazil. And I was extremely impressed by what I have heard at that time about the LIFE certification. Therefore, we in the Secretary of the Commission on Biological Diversity are very glad to hear of the official launch of the LIFE certification initiative. This initiative dovetails nicely with recent efforts to engage the business community as a whole in the struggle to address the challenges of biodiversity and to contribute to the implementation of the three objectives of the Convention. We are very pleased that this is taking place in Curitiba, where COP8 decided for the first time to have a decision on the private sector and the engagement of the private sector for the implementation of the three objectives of the Convention. It is extremely fitting that LIFE certification is being launched, therefore, in the very same city where the decision to encourage such project was originally adopted. Last year, at the 9th Conference of the Parties in Bonn, in Germany, the Curitiba decision on the engagement of the private sector was further enhanced by another decision aimed at strengthening the proposal for the engagement and the involvement of the private sector in biodiversity conservation, sustainable use, and fair and equitable sharing of benefits. In Bonn, we were able to witness for the first time ever a effort by the private sector to participate in debates taking place during the conference, based on what I have seen also and what I have heard during my several visits to Nagoya and Tokyo in Japan. I have no doubt that COP10 to be held in Nagoya, Aichi Prefecture in October 2010 will be a milestone event in the engagement of the business community in the implementation of the three objectives of the Convention. These historical events will take place while the international community will celebrate the International Year on Biodiversity in 2010, and we do believe that the private sector has also a contribution to make for the celebration of this unique event in the history of the United Nations organization. It should be also noted that the first phase of the report, named the Economic of Ecosystem and Biodiversity, TEEB, directed by Pavan Chuskav under the leadership of UNEP, was published and made available during COP9 in Bonn. And the final version, of course, will be available next year and will provide precise data about the costs brought about the destruction of nature, costs that stem from the loss of biodiversity goods such as food, timber and medicine, and the loss of ecosystem services such as groundwater purification, replenishment of soil fertility, and crop pollination. The first phase of TEEB report give already a glimpse of some of the impressive statistics on the economic value of biodiversity and ecosystem services. For example, approximately half of synthetic drugs have a natural origin, including 10 of the 20 highest selling drugs in the United States of America, while of all the anti-cancer drugs available, 42% are natural and 34 are semi-natural. The value of watershed protection by intact coastal ecosystem such as mangrove and other wetland has been estimated at more than $800 by hectare in Malaysia and 1,000 hectares in Hawaii. The value of bee pollination for coffee producers situated close to natural forests have been estimated to $361 by hectare. Is this information of this? It is information of this nature that will help convince the private sector that long-term economic divide are ultimately connected with the preservation, conservation, sustainable use, and fair and equitable sharing of biodiversity, and the maintenance, of course, of ecosystem goods and services. In the future, I am sure that the economic argument for stopping biodiversity loss will grow in importance and lead to more concrete projects such as the LIFE certification. I am sure that there will be more cooperation between government and private enterprise in the fight to preserve life on Earth. I would like, therefore, to commend the vision of the Brazilian companies and the institutions that are leading the construction of life certification and seeking to establish a new pattern in the relation between business and nature. I say vision because this initiative was developed during a serious international economic crisis when the whole planet had to rethink its capacity for creation and investment. On the one hand, it will seem that a reduced flow of resources has greatly affected development opportunity and limited the creation of new ideas. On the other hand, one way to generate richness and promote creativity is by treating our biodiversity resources as the necessary foundation for long-term sustainable development, wisdom implicit in the life certification proposal. I would like also to commend the Minister of Environment of Brazil for its involvement in this initiative by encouraging Brazilian companies to act in favor of biodiversity. The Brazilian government not only strengthened the decision taken in Curitiba and Bern, but also aligned its policy with another avant-garde initiative launched at COP9. I refer to the business and biodiversity initiative of the German government, which was brought together a group of 34 companies in Germany and other countries, Brazil among them, to seek to create a new milestone in the relation between companies and biodiversity. I refer also to the business and biodiversity initiative launched by the Keteran, the Japanese business association, as well as the guidelines on business and biodiversity prepared by the Ministry of the Environment of Japan, which will be presented very soon at our meeting in Jakarta in December this year on business and biodiversity as a follow-up of the Sao Paulo meeting held in 2006 on business and biodiversity. All these initiatives are proof of increasing synergies and cooperation among the different sectors within society. I congratulate the individual who conceived life certification, as well as the institution and the organization that supported its development. I would like nothing more for it to drive and become an internationally recognized initiative under the aegis of the Conference of the Parties and with the support of the triple CBD presidency, namely Brazil, COP8, Germany, COP9, and Japan, COP10. COP10 in Nagoya, Japan offers a unique opportunity for promoting CBD life certification with the full support of all the parties and the stakeholders. Indeed, if Curitiba is the birthplace of the new enhanced phase of the implementation of the three objectives of the Convention, it is also the birthplace of the City and Biodiversity Initiative, and we hope also that it is also the birthplace of the CBD life certification. And with this, Curitiba will be remembered as the first place of a new partnership between business community and their partner. I would like therefore to pay a tribute to the people and to the leaders of the great city of Curitiba and convey my deep gratitude to Prefecto Richa for his leadership in advancing the biodiversity agenda and in Curitiba and in the world. So thank you very much for your kind attention, and I wish you a very successful launch of the LIFE certification. Thank you.